Far Horizon. Welcome to Stage 8 of Let's Play Ogre Battle Hardtype. We're going to go to the island of Avalon and face Gares, the Black Knight, who's the second Uber boss, and I think he's a little bit harder than Debonair. I think it's, he has more absorb. I think he really can only be hit by white stuff, while Debonair could be hit by most things, maybe? I don't know. He's not quite impenetrable like some of the later bosses, but you definitely need some white damage to beat him. And I don't have any princesses yet. I don't have any angels, although theoretically I could recruit some angels this stage just to fight him, I guess. Let's see. So I reorganized Canopus. I decided if I'm going to use his luck to try to get items, which I'm still not 100% sure actually works, then I should put him in the cleanup unit. So I got him with the 2 griffins, and we should be able to kill a bunch of wounded units without taking any damage that way. Then I made 2 water units that look exactly the same, a shaman, and 2 mermaids, and an octopus. And I went ahead and leveled the octopi up to level 10 in Pilgrim Forest. And I did not find any more Stones of Dragos, I promise. I did find a revive and another luck, which I fed to Canopus, who now has 96 luck, which is ridiculous. And I think I'll wait on those guys again. So I rejiggered the Pumpkinhead unit. It's a little non-standard. I don't think I really considered using a rock golem with Pumpkinheads, but what I wanted to do was ensure that the Pumpkinheads, or the Halloweens rather, went first before anybody did a hit-all. And, I mean, the Rock Golem is the unit that has the least agility that does a hit-all, so it ought to work out pretty well. I'm going to suicide this unit again. I raised their alignment some in Pilgrim Forest without leveling them. They're level 8, so I can basically do 5 attacks, or 5 fights, to get them 2 alignment and 3 alignment with each kill. And then I go suicide them again, so that their XP goes back to 100, and I can raise their alignments some more. So eventually, I'll bring them back into line. I think, actually, I just need to kill the Griffin once more, and I should be good. Well, the Doll Mage probably needs another one after that. And I don't have to bring them all the way back, but I'd like to get the Griffin over 40, since it needs 40 to turn into a cockatrice, and I'd like to get the Doll Mage in similar territory. The Doll Mage has more levels to go, so if he's at 35 or something, it's probably still okay, as long as I keep him out of battles until the average enemy is, you know, a significantly higher level. And let's see, what happened to... Let's keep them going. I want them to engage first. And then we'll have Canopus around. And these guys gotta be a little careful with... Let's see, so our mountain guys are going a little bit slow, but as soon as they get to the mountains, they ought to pick up some speed. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and take the temple with Canopus. Since he has high luck, I've got a better chance of getting an item from the temple, or at least some places have claimed that higher luck will give you better odds. I'm not sure if that's right or not, but nothing to lose by trying. Alright, let's see if we can suicide into the angels. Alright, well, I won't have to worry about killing anybody. And they're on strong. So... yeah, well, almost killed me. And that could actually work out really well if, well, probably their cockatrice will go first. So it's definitely the first time I fought a cockatrice. So they're 10 and 9. So I'm still going to be a little higher level in some units anyway. So I guess, yeah, Canopus is flying, and this unit is probably slow now. Yeah, this has got a dead guy, so just kind of bring him up, bring everybody else back a little bit. Go ahead and finish him off so we can bring out our real 10th unit. make sure... Actually, no, that unit could fight. Angels is... probably this unit? Yeah, that unit definitely can't fight the Angels. Might as well just pull them up. Let one of the other units kill off the Dull Mage. I'm pulling back a little bit because I want him to clean up, not initiate. Alright, so I got some new toys. I went through, after I finished Slums of Zenobia, and went back out to Buried Treasure. So I got a Flame Sword, which I did not have any Fire Sword, so that's awesome. And let's see, I got a Thunder Charm, which is a little bit of resistance to electricity, which will be useful. Protract Ring, which I did not get at all last game, so it's got a little bit of freaking everything. And it's also a white attack item. So now I have 3 white attack items. Ninja Garb is moderately useful against a number of things. Certainly good for, I guess, a holy melee. Death Cape is pretty much the counter type to White Cape. Pretty much exactly the same bonuses, give or take 1 or 2, except it's bonus to black and like white. And then I got a Cold Shield, which is awesome. I really need 1 of each of the different elemental shields. So that I can equip them against the elemental weakness of my melee guys. Actually, the new shield for lightning or thunder shield, I think it's actually the new shield. That's what I need the most because there's a bunch of awesome melee characters like Dragon Master that are weak to lightning. So that would be awesome if I could find one of those. So Cockatrice class is weakest to fire. So I'm going to put the Fire Sword on one of my frontline demons. And then I have, ouch, I think that was the one with the Fire Sword. I have the Protect Ring on the Wizard, the Broken Sword on the other demon, and then White Robe and some other anti-fizz item on the other demon. So that's where they took almost no damage from those guys. And I probably should have been on weak from the start. I do, okay. So that will help whoever comes next immensely, and I should remember that he has 3 of those and got back to strong. Alright, so that wizard at least becomes a mage, I think. And it might be better for him to be the leader at this point. No, his intelligence is lower, so I'll just leave it at that. I could jump back in again, but I think we should be able to take care of them with Canopus's unit. We'll find out. Went all offense with the Demon Ring and the Mystic Veil. I think I should go first. And that's really, really unfortunate. I'll still definitely win and just take a little bit more damage. And I guess I should realize that that is a funky Cockatrice recoloring, by the way, although it's not necessarily looking bad, just as hilarious. And there actually, I think, is a mystical bird that is kind of multicolored. I don't know if it's a rock or... I don't know. But at this point, I kind of want to take this so that I can heal up, although, I don't know, that may be a little ambitious with all of them coming, but I guess my reinforcements are right here, and I just have to make sure I get the undead into the mix, because that ought to give me a huge boost in terms of tankability. But I got a cleric in that unit. Maybe if I kill off the unit up with the angel, I can bring them around here. And I think that unit is almost dead. I just gotta race them to the temple here. Fight them again. And again, I go first. And I probably should have actually put it on strong. Well, I guess we took care of the unit. We can certainly kill them off later. The big thing now is to go ahead and secure this town to hold it. I don't know, if I'm ridiculously lucky, I could actually get the Dull Mage to cast first.
Liberation.
Yeah, let's just draw a card. I can always... Wow. So that puts him to like 97 luck. Lucky indeed. Alright, Aisha. We'll get you some revenge. And turn you into a princess as soon as we find a crown. What better thing could you ask for?
Write it out.
I think a 50-50 shot or so. That's pretty funny. Well, so much for that unit. Alright, I went ahead and put Aisha in with the werewolves. So I want to get her in on some revenge. And the werewolves, if I give them some holy weapons, I do quite well. Let's see. I guess they could actually fight someone, even though they're the cleanup unit. Let's see, we're probably gonna have to pull some of them down here since these guys look like they're going by. And then somebody else upward. Send them up here, and then send this over there. Oh, that's right, it's safe to go up there. Alright, we should be good.
Write it out.
Silly me. Well, it won't really matter. So, this is where having a third hit all would be really nice, because then we could actually kill the back line instead of getting killed by the back line. And I suppose I could have put it on leader maybe and gotten him, but we can always come back and just put somebody in the front line with, like I could have put Canopus in the front line with a holy weapon, I suppose, that fight. It's going to be a mostly physical fight, although they do have 2 Valkyries. I'm thinking either the Dragoners or the Valkyries will go first. We got the Flame Sword, Dark Sword, Ice Sword, and then the Dark Sword, the Broken Sword on the Dragon since it's plus physical resistance. And there are definitely on weak. Or maybe not, maybe they're on best or leader, maybe? Maybe leader. Not kill the leader. Although I suppose they wouldn't be flying, we might be able to catch up to them. If we kill the leader, the undead could go after them, but really just trying to push people back at this point. Just need fire. These guys aren't particularly against fire. Should be fine. Adjust these guys over a little bit to lose track. I want to send the undead after them. No, not really. Kill them with the undead too, I guess. Although the point of Canopus unit, I suppose, is to clean up to give me more chance getting more items. So let's go ahead and move. Sure.
Write it out.
probably should go into Rune Sword here, or Rune Axe. Ouch. Well, at least he doesn't have a lightning weapon equipped. That's a pretty big hit by the Raven Man. Well, maybe it's a good thing I did not equip him and left him with the Fire Sword. Alright, so that should be the last hits, except that if I change to weak... Wait. Yeah, I want him to stay on the dragon. His last attack, I'm sure. Well, no one died at least. That's about the best I can say about that fight. And I've got fresh reinforcements. Although it probably would have worked better to do those fights in the opposite order. Alright, get the Rune Axe on Canopus, so that should let me finish these guys out. And hopefully it won't destroy my alignment too much since they're all low alignment creatures. I think out for him having no strength. Can't hurt me with the Ghost Frontline. And let's just send him back to rest a little bit. Okay, this could be a problem. This is a flying unit, and this is just a mountain. I guess we got the vampires coming up, so we should be able to get them with that unit if we can't catch them. We might actually be able to catch them, just they're not going in a straight line. Yep.
Write it out.
Interesting to see. Oh. Yeah. Except for one slight problem. It's a flying unit, so Quake is going to be useless. Well, it was a great idea for a unit, just poor execution. Should have noticed that beforehand, since I took advantage of that a bunch in the last stage of my last playthrough. Yeah, I think these guys should probably be fine. I'm gonna go ahead and camp in a forest. It might actually be better based on their trajectory. Camp in that forest. Let's
Write it out.
Alright, so they've got Beastman, a Beastmaster leader, and a dragon. I think I'll go first. So I went with Cold Sword, since that's what they're weak to. I only have one Cold Sword, so I just went with Physical Sword on him. And yeah, Strong works pretty well. Yeah, probably, yeah, no. Because you can't hit him. I'm gonna go on weak because I just want to kill him off, even if I don't go next, and I'm not taking that much damage. Definitely the agility is starting to shine. Early on, even though it had better agility growth, the agilities were still so close, whereas now it's got like 100-something ridiculous agility, 105 or something. So you can see the ton of the misses happening. I guess I don't have to send both units after him, though. I don't want to get too far away from my base, so I'll send the flying unit further out, and the mountain unit I'll bring back. And I don't see anybody in the ocean yet. Well, that's kind of interesting. Their flying unit has decided to come back towards me. Just like Cleric has. finish him off with the finishing off unit. A better chance of getting an item. This unit doesn't have any special guys really.
Write it out.
And I didn't equip anything, but I shouldn't have to. This may lower alignment a little bit more though, since we're going to be taking out a cleric. They're both, like one of the griffins was at 50, one of them was at 52, so I'll check and see if that just annihilated any of their alignment, because they need to be 40 or higher. It's not that bad really, but I do want to watch that. I might have to recruit some lower level griffins just to avoid going way out of alignment range.
Write it out.
Alright, I put the spike shield on the Raven Man, which should make him fairly impervious. And he's really only going to take damage from the dragon anyway. Not that he'll do much damage to him. And I think they're on strong, so the dragon will target him. Yep. And it's a black dragon, so it is resistant to a lot of my attacks. Tank is better, not really. But still didn't take that much damage. But it does go to show you, just because 4 of the 5 guys are immune to damage doesn't mean you won't still have to go run away and heal at some point. So are they in condition to fight? Not really, especially given that unit. So let's send out the devils. The demons, rather. Okay, well those knights are well dead. Another unit that we can't fight with undead.
Write it out.
Fighting over water ought to really help. The back row, the skeletons probably not so much. I think they're forest. Which is appropriate, I guess, since a bunch of them come from Pilgrim Forest. Nice thematic reference to the rest of the game.
Write it out.
Now you get the Rune Axe and the Mystic Hammer on the front line. And then the Mystic Helm on the Mage. Wow, I'm surprised he did that much damage to him with fire. And that did much damage to him with evil, or with dark. I would have thought it would be a little stronger against dark. Alright, it's still worth doing a little bit more damage, because they're hitting different people. And I should be able to take out at least 2 of the front line. If I can hit them. Ouch. Okay, well, we got one of them and lowered another one. Alright, so that's definitely low enough for Canopus to come rip into smithereens, assuming you can hit them. They're not quite on a tendency to bring it back there to heal. And it's probably another one of the same, yeah. It's kind of an unfortunate unit to have running off like that. Do I want Canopus in front or back? I guess I can give him real quick. I don't know where it went. I had Hero's Sword here somewhere. I guess I'll just give him a Hero's Sword. I don't think it matters what I give the Griffins, they'll kill everybody else if they hit them. Probably gave the Hero's Sword. No, it was the Holy Swords run the Devil unit. I don't know, somebody else has them. I'll have to unequip everyone. I found the easiest thing to do is just unequip after each fight. Otherwise I'll forget who has the item and go like hunting around for forever. Ouch. Just kind of hoping I would go before them. But still not that much damage to take. Alright, how we doing? 45, 48. Not horrible. Just want to not go under 40. These guys, they can fight again. Alright, nobody in the water yet. Where's this unit doing? They're probably coming down there. Why don't we bring this unit up? Try to fight them before night's over, although probably that won't be an issue.
Fight it out.
Alright, put the flame sword on the Hellhound to try to take out the cockatrice. Oh man, I was really hoping it would dodge that with high high agility. I think it's actually agility based, not int based, I think. And I went ahead and put the spiked shield on the cleric and the robe on the mage. So everybody has some decent physical defense. I guess that's just a wizard. So, given that they have 2 hit alls and petrifies, I'm actually not at all disappointed with how that went. And I'd actually like to fight them again with that unit, if I can, which is looking kind of dubious. Well, just run away a little bit. Let's see if we can get them to run into the Hellhound again.
Fight it out.
It's a much better opening. Ouch. I should at least take out, yeah. 1 dull mage. To really minimize the damage I can take. And then it'll be interesting to see if they run for healing or stick around. And I think I'll just put them here on the temple. See if the guys are still... Yeah, I'm still healing. Still healing, okay. They're good.
Fight it out.
And I could have done that better. Oh well. I really didn't think he would hit all the way across, but I guess I should realize that because there's no one in front of him, he can hit anywhere. Well, I managed to take every possible attack I could, but it didn't do that much damage, and I'm sitting on a town, so I'll just heal it back. And I suppose theoretically, I should have done that fight with Canopus to try to raise my chance of being an item, and here comes the rock golem again. Huh? What happened to the... Is that the same cleric unit? I don't know what happened to the cleric unit. Oh, there it is. I wonder if they actually don't have any C units in this. That would be fitting. I deployed 2 C units, and they got nobody. But I could at least bring them up here and kind of fight people in the ocean next to their base, I guess. So who do I want to fight with? Guess I'm fighting with Aisha.
Fight it out.
Alright, I really hope they're on weak here because they can do some white damage. Actually, weak won't help me. It was only the angel in the back has a targeted attack. Yeah, I kind of like the angel's recolored a little bit blue. Well, so much for the angel in front. Ouch. So at this point, I guess I'm going to take 2 banish attacks, and everything else will be useless. Well, including one of the banish attacks. Weird tigers and werewolves are pretty awesome, I have to say. Especially when you give them plus like 18 swords that do black damage, which is what the enemy's weak to, and it's night, so that they're all high alignment, and they get a penalty, you get a bonus. And it's hard to argue with that. And I guess I'll be 1 hit short, probably. Yeah, looks like it. And we can just follow that up. And Aisha is pretty low on alignment also, so I probably do want to get her up there and have her fight an undead unit, kill it. So she's not super low like Norn, but she has like 70. Whereas I got everybody else astronomically high, like 100 alignment, 80 to 100 alignment, I think, for all my shamans. And that might be the end of the golem. And on timing anyway. Taking a little extra damage there, but alright, got the golem, and now be obliterating their battle line. Well, next fight, it might be anyway. And good thing I moved the undead unit back. This would not go well for them. It's a good miss, so with that miss, I think this fight should be pretty good for me. I guess I really should have kept it on strong because these guys don't have the alignment to go before. No, alignment. They don't have the agility to go before them. I guess Warren is a special character, so he's got higher agility, but kind of a shame that it has lower HP now. So I would like to get some target attacks in on the Doll Mage. I guess not anybody can target the Doll Mages. I'm gonna go revive everybody on the town I'm betting, so I'm fight them again. But it's still midnight, so... Oh, look, there is an enemy in the sea. Well, I guess we'll just run into them and fight them. Let's look with you. Be prepared. Okay, 2 octopi. So I have a cleric. We'll probably actually lose that. I don't think I'm going to do much cold damage. I don't have a lightning sword to put on the octopus yet. Nobody's running away. Maybe they're running away. So I need a flying unit that is not undead. I want to... Sure, I can do that. Nope, first one. Well, since I don't have a Thunder Sword, I went ahead and gave him the Cold Shield. It's a little bit less damage resistance than the Spite Shield, but it also would give me cold resistance, so in case the Blizzard goes on the Octopus, which it didn't. I also put the Mystic Helm on the Shaman, which gives fire and cold resistance, because the Nixies do cold damage. They have really good cold resistance, just didn't need to do that. So, no, I might have a chance to win with the shield on the Octopus. I'm doing a lot more damage with my 4 hits than they're going to do with their 8 hits. And I get twice as many cold attacks, even though the cold attacks really did not do all that much damage. I guess they did okay. They did a little less damage than their whole attacks to my shaman, but... Alright, pulled it out. Which is good to get their charisma going. Although I think the mermaids actually are perfectly set to advance. They don't need any tweaking, really, any plus charisma or plus alignment. They just need not to lose a bunch of alignment. This will be interesting. And I definitely should have put the Euro sword on, although I am a little, concerned about that. Sure, let's go on weak. I guess they're on leader, which I should have remembered from the previous fight. Ouch. Okay, well, we got one of them at least. And I'm sitting on a town, so even though they keep focusing on the leader, actually, I really only have one guy who can focus on the leader. And I'll get 3 heals, so I'm fine. And that actually should be level 10 for Warren. I should be able to turn him into a mage if he didn't lose too much charisma. A little close there because he was at like 18. I probably should have checked before that fight, but... Alright. And I don't want to get him too many levels, so I want to optimally level him as a lich for the rest of the time. So I probably actually will back that unit out before he gets to level 11. So I've got a bunch of other mages that I'm not using. Alright, well this fight should look familiar. I'm guessing that I'll actually get to kill the shaman this time since she started low. But I guess that'll probably also depend on how many times I miss. And I definitely could use a few more black swords. I think that's the difference between doing 50 damage and 60-something damage. But I should survive at this rate. Although they'd probably just go heal on some other city. I can't kill them here, and there's a miss. Okay, well timed to head to the Angel. And yeah, we got him. Alright, level 12, and then level 11 for Aisha. Although I need to... Right, HP! My golems can definitely make good use of that. And speaking of golems, I really need to get the quake unit into a fight that doesn't result in quake missing everyone.
Fight it out.
Alright, I didn't equip anything here. I don't think I really need to. The one thing that I don't... Well... I guess actually putting him up front does have one advantage, and it's that I can focus him in on a particular person, so that he didn't, on weak, didn't go after the angel, which was lower. And then I gotta check their alignment, because this may be a problem. It's getting there, especially now that they're level 11 and level 12. Need some more griffins. So go ahead and do Lion for this fight, but I just want to check. Shoot, who? Is it a cleric that... Yeah. Okay, so I need to heal. Not really. What I'm going to do is swap these guys. He's got 100, he should probably be fine. And move him up. And move this guy all the way back. Get a different mage.
Fight it out.
Although it'll certainly be fun to do one fight with Warren as a mage. Oops, one of them still had to go, but I guess it's a minimal loss of damage. Yep, that was pretty effective. And again, I didn't re-equip the Hellhound with something optimal like Hero Sword. That was Still one.
Fight it out.
Alright, I got 2 shields. Actually, wait, I gotta leave it on strong. 2 shields on the pumpkins because they don't need any thing for attack. And then I've got my hero sword, which is plus a bunch of strength on the golem, but apparently it's not enough. Or was thinking Quake would do a little bit more, but I guess they also, I mean, they have the cleric, which is healing. But, well, I guess I healed my Halloween up. Okay, and then this is an all flying unit, so let's not repeat the silliness of before, but they do not have any clerics. Alright, here we go. And I could probably kill them with Canopus' unit, but no, I can't kill that many more units with Canopus' unit and still have them out this stage.
Fight it out.
I think I can probably kill them on strong. Maybe not. Ow. I was really not thinking Inferno would do that much. I mean, he's supposed to be strong against fire. Yeah, there's something unequal going on here. I'm guessing the base level 1 stat for Raven Man looks something ridiculous. Gives him like plus 50 strength. But we still prevailed. Where are you going all the way up there? You really just need to go to here. And you gotta be really careful because there's some clerics around here. Not that unit. Not that unit. Yes, that unit.
Fight it out.
And at some point here, I'll have, really, did I just do that? Yeah, I did. Do not equip white weapons. I can't use weak. I'd really like to be able to use weak to focus down the mage, but I guess I can use leader to... really? Poison does that much damage? Here I thought Ravenmen were supposed to be uber against magic or something. Maybe that's when they're level 25. So... no. Quake is not going to work against them, although the pumpkin heads would. Yeah, let's do that unit. Melee will make short work of them. They actually beat this unit now. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. That unit is almost dead. Alright, I only have 3 items that give white damage. So I put on everybody with the dragon because, well, guess what? The dragon sucks at hitting things, so it doesn't get a white weapon. I give it the Euro sword, so it ought to obliterate the back line anyway, once we can buy them. And then I'll just leave it on strong so I don't kill. Wow, those demons really have some ridiculous boost. But still had the right strategy.
Fight it out.
It's a shame. Oh, they are on strong, actually. No. I was hoping the Inferno would go on the red dragon. definitely have to pull them back now. I might actually be better served having a shaman in this unit instead of another dragoner in back. So, I guess I can pull the undead up for one fight. Except they're waiting out. Can't really afford that. Who should go with it? It's mostly a physical unit. Well, we can do this. Got a dragon that we can do some heavy damage to. That's... Whoa, whoa, whoa. You keep going. You keep going. You gotta come back and heal. Right, why are they going the other way? That makes no sense. You're fully healed.
Write it out.
Alright, I reconfigured because depending on which unit it is, well, actually I should have done it a little bit differently. I should have put the golem up top, probably. But if I can get a couple of hits with the pumpkin heads, the golem might be able to melee everyone. Youch! But if I can't hit with the pumpkin heads, the golem certainly can't do enough damage. But I put the golem up front because, well, the quake really did not do very well the other time. And there's two flying guys, so there's no way I was... Wow. Well, that didn't work out like I thought it would. They just have... I guess, you know, they have pretty good defense, but... You know, I mean... They're only level 9. Yeah, level 10 rock golem with 118 strength with the hero sword. You can do a little more damage, but... I guess, well, okay, so he's got alignment 100. They probably have alignment 0. It's almost midnight. It's probably some of it. And then their second tier characters that I can't steal with charm, so they probably are overstatted to the wazoo. And somehow over here I wasn't paying attention, and they got around me, so I'm chasing them now. Okay, so let's take a look at this unit. It probably doesn't matter where the goal. Well, the problem is the shaman's gonna go first. If I quake, I probably am not gonna do 60 damage. Yeah, that's the problem. Is that the only killing damage I do is quake. I mean, this unit isn't really meant to be a killing unit. It's meant to weaken things. I think I just have to leave it like that. Because really what I wanted to fight is the unit behind this one, which is fully health, which I could actually show off doing 2 pumpkins and then a quake to do some severe damage. Alright, well maybe quake would have worked out. Although if I don't miss, then this will still work out. Although I guess the nice thing about putting them up front is even if I miss... Well, no, it's no real difference. It's just 3 separate attacks where I have a chance to miss versus 1 attack at once where I have a different chance to miss each of them. So, no real difference. Except I get to heal more, I guess is a tiny benefit. And where's Compass? Okay, let's start flying you out. Try to go chase those dudes down. Yeah, it won't matter. I'm gonna fight him. High, medium, walking, or, well, I guess I would have been on the mountain. And after all that work, I don't get to do quake, because I didn't switch it back. Oh well, still next time. That Beastmaster has some ridiculous HP for level 10. Yeah, one of these days I will actually make the golem do a quake and hit everybody after the pumpkin heads, knock people in half. Chance right here if he comes back. Just gotta be careful and try to get these units that are fleeing without really... How damaged are you? You're not that damaged. There's no reason for you to run away.
Fight it out.
And it'd probably be the unit that's not dead. Yep. Alright, well, if we don't miss, we have a shot at this. Okay, well, actually now I would say it's good that we did not hit the leader or kill the leader, because I can make them slow, and then I can come back next time and kill them off. And I'll probably need some other griffins, because these guys are going to take a trip down low alignment lane. But I should be able to catch at least this almost dead unit. The other unit, nah, it's
Fight it out.
going back into the sea of their units, and there's not going to be able to track them down. And his alignment doesn't matter, so it's also actually helpful that he goes first, because he's in his final class. No option for me to change him if I wanted to. Interesting.
Fight it out.
Angel, I would guess? Yes. Okay, well, I might actually... I don't think I'm going to use them long-term, because I'm going to prefer the Sylphs. But I really like, say, 3 Angels to try to use at the end of this stage. What happened? I guess I killed off... Yeah, I killed off the unit down there, and I've got my werewolves up here. Actually, I really should bring them up and try to get into a fight before daybreak. It's not going to be all that useful after daybreak. That's right, I'm going to catch ya. I'm going to catch ya.
Fight it out.
And hopefully won't really get too much negative alignment for that, because he's level 10. And we turn right back around and run. Alright, these look like they might be the same unit. Nope. Well, these guys can take either of them, but I think this unit is... Oh, that's interesting. Where are they going? Split the middle. The difference, I just try to get to that forest. I don't quite make it. And I might want to send someone after them. Do you want to get them into... Why don't I just change it now? I'm going to change it now so I don't forget. Alright, there we go, back into that crazy formation.
Fight it out.
And I think I can actually just pound through this entire unit if I get 3 attacks before heal. Actually, it looks like I need 4 attacks. Well, I still get it, because they all have high agility. And I actually could take some lightning damage here. But yeah, those guys just don't have the physical attacks, so I ought to be able to kind of just pound through them. Oh, that's unfortunate. I guess it doesn't really matter. It's going to take one more hit, whether it's 29 or 3. Although I waste a hit because it didn't die. And we get a little short, I think. Nope, I guess I miscounted that. No, I missed. Well, since you just got back, why don't you run again? Send them, I don't know, why not? Nothing to lose, get the best out of them before daylight. I'm a little scared, I know it's not right, that it's like somewhere closer to where it's actually, I don't know, not midday, this is more like daybreak, but halfway between, maybe.
Fight it out.
Well, weak to white, I guess. And I missed a pumpkin, it's unfortunate. And now we go weak. And there's 2 angels, so this is not even going to be completely effective, but hey, that actually looked pretty awesome. That's a lot of damage. The unfortunate part is that golems can't be leaders, and Halloweens can't be leaders, so it can't ever really make this super effective with 3 Halloweens in one hit all. But I guess later in the game, probably what I'll do is once the Halloweens get a little bit higher level, they'll have better agility separation from mages, and so I can have a unit that's 2 mages and 3 Halloweens. So I don't think there's anything else that has a hit all that can be a leader. Oh. Yeah, this is why I should pay attention. Dang it! I could have done something. Oh no, I don't have a boot really, so actually I couldn't have done very much. This unit isn't really built for fighting. Let's see. You have 2 octopi, so I really don't want the leader to be the only guy up front. So let's do... Well, actually with 2 clerics, it's not like anybody's gonna die. Maybe I can't just have the leader up front. What I'll do is put him kind of off-center like that. Oops. Dang it. There. I could put one of the monks up front, but white damage, or shaman, white damage is not going to do anything to those guys. Alright, let's see what happens here. I got the ninja armor on my hero, and I think I'll just leave it on strong, but at least the... Whoa. Well, I'm level 6, I guess, so... And he's level 4. So I will probably lose this fight. Yeah. Well... All that matters is I don't take too much damage, and they are splitting the damage between the Griffin and my hero, and I have 2 healers, so I don't think anyone is going to die. And then the mountain unit is almost here that has the mage, so we will just fry them with lightning. And I'll come back just in case. They should be moving pretty slow because they're water. Oh boy. So we hit them. They're off center now. Alright, well, let's try this.
Fight it out.
Alright, so that should be enough damage for us to win. And the question is, do we want to run away or do we want to try and eke out a victory? No, we're not going to be able to get through the other unit. Alright, well, might as well eke out a victory. But have to run away. Anyway, actually that's worse than losing, probably, because we may fight the other enemy. Yeah. Dang it. Yeah, they're definitely gonna hit Canopus. Okay, so... Well... They're kind of at their limit for the stage anyway. It's level 13, it's ridiculous. I don't want to use them that much more, so rather than waste an item, I'll just let Canopus die, and they'll fly back to base, and I'll take some less over-leveled units out, and use them instead. Who knows, maybe we can take out their entire back line, and he won't die if they miss. Okay, well, I guess he won't die then. Well, this is definitely something that shows how awesome the double Griffin unit is, even if I don't exactly have the ideal... you know, he can actually probably survive 25 damage, and they'll go first. So let's do what we came here to do, since we went to all that pain and suffering. And, you know, I'm just gonna keep it on strong, just in case. Alright, now let's run like heck. Run like the wind. Or fly like the wind. That seems kind of odd. Alright, so if you make it to the mountains, it might be a little better for terrain bonus. And then, of course, we have us trying to defend the base here.
Reload.
So we'll definitely go first. Hopefully, I was kind of hoping to go to leader to focus those black attacks on the Nixie. No one's gonna die with the two clerics, so I'm just put her on weak. I'm not quite gonna be able to kill her. Hopefully we won't have to kill her. This unit, I mean, the mountain unit is almost here. It'll be a little bit close, and unfortunately I didn't buy any boots. I probably should have bought like 2 boots and a summon, just in case I had some silly contingency like this. But I still think that the mountain unit's gonna get there and fight him. But yep, you'll get there.
Reload.
Alright, should be good here with the mage to do lightning damage. Don't have any lightning swords, but they're a little bit weak to dark. And then the broken swords that I put on them, or the broken sword I put up front, rather, gives plus physical, so nice bonus. And then the evil or devil or whatever sword it is that's minus physical doesn't matter on Lion because he's in the back line. Alright, I would have probably rather given that XP to my unit in the sea, but, you know, they had to pay for their mistake of missing that unit. And I gotta be careful because there's probably another one coming. But nothing over here so far. Alright, time for Quake Round 2. Hopefully this will go about as well as the first round. The biggest worry is that the leader is not one of the flyers, so Quake is not going to hit the flyers. Thus, well, I should have put it... Well, actually, that may not be so bad, honestly, to not kill the leader, because now they're not going to run away and someone else can finish this unit off. But definitely this unit, I mean, it shows promise. Halloween's plus the golem for massive damage is an interesting idea. Just Quake, maybe it's just this level. I don't know I don't remember honestly how many flying enemies there are because I never have used Quake offensively very much. Guess we'll see if I try to do that more, but really that would be better with, after the agility divide becomes more pronounced, mages, it's not going to have 2 mages doing hit-alls with 3 Halloweens, instead of having to have another character that's the leader. And in a second here I'll go make another unit of some sort. Alright, I've got 3 plus white items across the back, and then broken swords up front, And actually, what I really should be doing... maybe Best will kill the angels, that's the idea, because they're the ones that are the threat. Okay, Best is not killing the angels. Well, Chop is killing the angels. And that will kill the angels, because at this point, it doesn't really matter. Take one more 40 damage hit, and then just obliterate them. And if I hadn't been silly, I could have had it on weaken, not taken... Ow. Well, that was pretty suboptimal, but at the end of the day, not like it destroyed me that badly. Right, no bogeys in the sea. What is this unit? The undead. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is swap Aisha into some other unit and have her go race her alignment. Just as these guys are pretty much cementing that they are fiends with the destruction of angels and shamans. But they should be set as long as their charisma doesn't drop, and I don't think their charisma should drop. It's not that high. Alright, so who should I swap with? No, they can't kill anybody, they're just gonna do first damage. And the Pumpkinheads might kill hers. That actually might work out pretty well. Just swap her with Canopus. Not that clear. Which side do I want Aisha to be on? It doesn't matter. And the Griffin should severely damage the back line, not quite take them out. And then we can fight them again to take them out. Front line is taken out by Aisha. I guess if I really wanted to boost her alignment, I could fight them once, kill the undead, let them go to the town, revive the undead, and do it again. Youch! What's this missing thing? This missing thing is not cool. Although soul flays I do find amusing. These are all int-based attacks, so I should fare extremely well. And this might actually work better than Canopus, honestly, it's much more sustainable. But I kind of want Canopus in the unit to get all the fat loot. Alright, what did I do? 78? It's not too bad. And yep, making a beeline for the town. So we'll come kill them again. And might not actually finish killing them. Really? Guess I should have been paying more attention. Well, just get some damage and retreat and get somebody else into it. Everybody else should be healed, I think. At least it's not a cleric unit, so I don't have to worry about the position. Oh, crud. Well, it's not like I'm going to level up. I just leveled to 12, and they're not going to level up again soon after that. Yeah, I'll probably still lose. Nope. I guess I could have run away if I wanted someone else to jump in. Oops, kill them. Alright, let's move up a little bit here, get a little bit better picture. undead are in the back of the town, which is awesome. And this, you can come forward. No, they're just sitting there. Okay, so these guys can kill them. Really? Where are you going? Just running away? You're low sky, I'm high sky. You're not gonna make it. Alright, so let's not miss this time. Baha! Really? Well, you know, a third round will raise your alignment even more, right? So, what do I got to lose? A little bit of, Griffin alignment? Although I can't imagine that killing demons and mages, if I ever kill them, is going to lower their alignment. Actually, yeah, that's the good point, is that going an additional round is not going to affect their alignment because I haven't killed anybody yet. Is this another same unit? It is. Alright, same unit. Alright, this time I'm going to watch him, and I'm not going to let him slip by. I'm going to get 4 kills, or 3 kills rather, for my guys. I'm going to put the spite shield on this time because I know that they're on weaker leader, so there's no reason for me to put a cold shield on the octopus. So, even on weak, they're just not going to do that much damage to me. The shields are awesome. I was wrong about saying that units should want plus strength plus resistance items. No, they want dual plus resistance items. The shields that give plus physical and plus another resistance. That is by far the best item they could have. Except maybe in some cases plus int. Plus resistance, but I mean, you can have int-based attacks that do physical damage, like the acid spell. So I still think dual resistance is even better. Right, let's get a little more alignment for Aisha. I don't think I need alignment for anybody else. So, oh, no misses this time. Oh, look at that. Well, I guess I haven't ever missed the ghosts, so can't complain too much about missing the back line some. It's very sustainable with the monk in here, or the shaman rather. 90 alignment. Okay, well, probably not worth doing too much else with. So let's just kill them off. Right, gotta move. Volt. Gonna kill this guy. And that might actually be all their units. Oh, look at this. Some guys out here. What's the worst that could happen? I mean, it's not like this unit's going to be all that useful for attacking Gares anyway. He has dragons. I don't know. I guess the mermaids do have high int and can do cold damage, which, I mean, not the ideal damage, but I only have one character who can do white damage, and she's level 8. I just added to my army, so I don't know that this is going to go real well with Gares. And that may have been a mistake to kill the leader. I'll probably be chasing these guys all freaking over the ocean. guess it just depends which. No, we're gonna knock them straight back. So, I don't know, maybe we can cut them off. And they do pause a little bit after you kill the enemy, it seems like.
Reload.
And so with six units left, so I guess it's a little premature to say that we're completely done. Really? 2 HP. This is where I feel silly for not equipping a plus int item onto either of the griffins. Alright, let's see what the other water unit can do. And I think I'm going to go strong since they've got 5 guys. At least they're not eaglemen with lightning attacks. I did put the Euro sword on, which should do some damage to them, but it's not going to protect me as well as one of the shields would have. But, I mean, they only get 4 physical attacks total, so not going to be that big of a deal, and if they keep missing, then... Let's transition to weak now. Let's see if we can kill off one of them. Well, close. And I took basically no damage, so should try to repeat that. And I'm going to try to get a little bit closer to shore, because what I want to do is get on the other side of them from the shore, and so they can't run back to their base. I'm not really sure why the other unit is in the water. It's not a water unit, but maybe it's just trained to go after the nearest enemy unit, and my unit was nearby and in the water, therefore it went there. And unfortunately, I think I left the broken swords on the guys up front, so I'm going to do no damage this fight. But no damage is enough, I guess, when they're almost dead. Almost enough. Anybody else who can go out? Sure.
Reload.
Alright, get the 2 HP mage. Hopefully I can take care of him. It would be kind of funny if I missed both the gales and took another firestorm to the face. So kill him off. Then Aisha's going to be way too high level as a shaman, probably. That is a question what I'm going to do with Aisha. Probably I should turn her into a muse as soon as I can. But I don't want to ruin her alignment, because eventually I'm going to get a crown. Although I guess I really have my pick between Aisha, Norn. Really? I guess I'm going to kill all of them anyway. I have my pick between Deneb, Aisha, and Norn. And I guess Ronnie for Princess. Although I think 4 Princesses is kind of wasteful, given how much healing you need and how often you're going to run after the first or second round anyway. But you could probably do something pretty awesome with like a Princess and 2 Nixies in the back row, or Devils, or something that only has 1 attack. So maybe you don't stay around for like 3 or 4 rounds to do all the melee fighters' attacks, but you could probably come up with something where it would still be useful to the Princess. But I don't know that I need 3 or 4 of those units. 2 might be enough, and I'm guaranteed. Well, I'm not actually. I'm just guaranteed 1 crown. I only get the 2nd crown in the last stage if I have high alignment. But I gotta believe that I will randomly find at least 1 crown, because it's not guaranteed. No, they're still making Still making new units. Alright, let me move just a smidgen here because I'm afraid they'll think I'm not in the water or something crazy.
Write it out.
Alright, I'm just gonna stick on weak this time. Although, probably they're gonna go first, so I could have waited on that. Well, Kiss may or may not. No, Kiss is only absorb. I don't think it affects dodge. So it did not save him. Alright, that was some pretty serious damage, but I guess fairies themselves are weakest to cold. I don't have to worry about being charmed or kiss. Yay, no more kiss. Well, not gonna catch them. So let's go heal. Halfway or something. And bring these guys up. That should be the end of that. And then I can go attack that cleric unit that ran out into the middle of the ocean for some reason. Alright, there's some real damage. But clerics do not have awesome fire defense, and they do not have awesome strength, so the combination is a decent amount of damage. But I mean, that's even with the Mystic Helm on her, so she has, I don't know, plus 11 or 12 fire resistance. And the cleric is still going out to sea. What he thinks is out there. I promise you there's not another water unit coming. It's not from that direction. And I guess I really should go strong. I'm still going strong. Well, maybe not the best decision, but I guess now it won't matter. Alright, now let's go help cleric move a little further out to sea. I'm going to try to get between base and them. If any. I have 2 flying units, I guess, but it's still kind of bizarre. And then I probably missed these units going by each other. Yeah. Oh well, I should bring the compass back and then swap them back up again. I've got to remember to move my other water unit because I think it just stopped. And this is where a Kraken would be awesome. Hit all of them. But I should take pretty much no damage from this fight, I don't think. Nobody's weak to white. Octopus has pretty decent physical defense, especially in the water. Take a little bit since they have a healer. So we'll probably 3 fights, maybe 4 fights. Except no, I'll get 2 attacks. Well, 1 or 2 attacks after the healer. I guess the Octopus agility is higher. So. I'm gonna check because eventually it's gonna qualify. Uh-oh. It only has 54 alignment. Alright, I'm gonna have to, I don't know, be a little cautious there, because I think I need 55 alignment. Dang it. Alright, well, all that means is the flying unit has to come deal with that. before I forget. Nope. There we go.
Probably take them back out, but let's just heal them up some. Okay, let's just bring them all the way up.
Reload.
Hopefully those are the last units. Okay, that was well timed. And hopefully their healer will go no before. And not quite enough, but okay. There we go. That was nicely timed. So then I'll weaken, even better. Get 2 attacks in a row, but not quite enough to kill him. So next time should take him out. Let's check the octopus. Still at 54. So I was at like 58 or something later, but I could be wrong. Maybe. No, maybe it was this. One of them was at 58, so yeah, I guess it hasn't moved. So it's okay. Is this unit fully healed? Yeah, pretty much. It's the dragon unit. They're fine. This unit, I guess, is going to that other there. It's coming back. They're just sitting there. And they're healed enough. We'll just kind of put them over here. Just got him sitting on my base. Should be good.
Reload.
And hopefully won't lose too much alignment here. I guess it's got to be at least level 10 since... No, I think they are. They're level 10 shaman, so... Alright, well, I'm not going to kill it. So that means maybe next time I'll kill it with the Nixies, who are lower level. Or the mermaids. They actually might. I should check. Oh, level 10. I think they need to be 11. 11, 12, 13. Somewhere in there they become Nixies. I actually don't really want them to be Nixies. Because if I'm going to use them in the boss fight, I'd rather have 2 targeted cold attacks instead of 1 area effect target attack. Somebody forgot to equip weapons. Although the dragon, I don't think the dragon has anything equipped, it just has good defense. I don't know, I'll have to check after the fight because it seems like they should be doing more damage to the dragon if it didn't have a shield equipped, but I'm pretty sure all my shields are unequipped right now. So I'm very curious to see that. Okay, I think that was their 3rd attack. So I should get 4 free attacks here, and if I can stop missing... No, I just don't do enough damage to them. But again, I think that unit would be better served with a cleric. Nope, nothing. Because it's mountain terrain, plus lots of strength, plus he's got 60 alignment, and the day probably aligns quite nicely with that number, so it's about his optimal time of day. Alright, finish off the cleric. And of course, they went to heal again. They're gonna be a pain in the ass to kill that dragon unit. Well, I've got to have the flyers there in better position, so they can't get away like that. Losing alignment. What? What? 7 alignment for killing one measly shaman? Ah. Well, it's not like it's hard to get alignment up. It just means you gotta wait a little bit and kill some... I don't know, I might still be able to get 1 alignment out of killing undead. He's only 2 levels higher. I'll have to try that. At worst, it'd probably just keep his alignment the same. I don't think it would lower his alignment at level 11. Alright, so probably want some more people to come over here. Canopus, I'm definitely going to try to get around behind people. And these guys flying straight at the enemy. You know, they can fight again, really. So then, if I do that, and they're avoiding this unit, bring them over. Canopus should be able to clean up, I think, after that. Ah, good. It's not going back to base with the Beastmaster Dragon unit. Alright, let's see if he's going to petrify. Nope. So at least everybody in this unit has good physical defense, and nobody is weak to white, although nobody's really strong against it either, I don't think. So, yeah, that did almost no damage. Banished a little bit. And now we get to counterattack. Nope. Why can't I count? Why can't I count? Yeah, a fire sword equip would have done a lot of good, I think. Alright, now this unit can go back to base. And it's the werewolf unit. Okay, let's just send Canopus straight into these dudes. And get a little careful here. Make sure we actually intercept them. And this might be it. I think Canopus should take those 2 units out, and then the water unit plus the undead unit ought to be enough to kill everybody over there. And I really should have equipped an item to give them more int. Not that I'm going to take that much damage. Maybe I'd rather have the XP. There's the theoretical chance to get an item from it. The dragon is untouched. Well, at least I don't have to swim that unit back to heal anywhere.
Write it out.
And hopefully the shield is still equipped. Nope, doesn't look like it. Youch. Plus I don't have the Mystic Veil to give minus cold damage on the... So you can see it certainly makes a ton of difference. Taking 18 damage on strong instead of like 7 damage on weak. So I'm probably actually going to lose this fight because I didn't equip those items. But it's good to show the difference, equipping, not equipping. It can be a very critical strategic decision, well, to equip the right items anyway. It doesn't take much strategic thought to actually equip items, just some amount of thought. And consistency, and not getting caught up in the stage being almost over. Alright, re-equipped, and then get Canopus back into this. So, won't be pushed around in the sea next time. And here I'm just definitely not going to kill the dragon. And I should have put on strong, but I guess I don't know which order we're going to go in here. And actually, I should probably put everybody up front. And I think that will do it. Alright, I put the spike shield up front, which by itself should make a difference, but I also put the, I forget what it is, cold charm, or snow orb, yeah, snow orb, I think, on the shaman, so that should make all the difference in terms of tanking their 2 sources of damage on the 2 targets that they typically put them on. So, that didn't really help that much, it didn't, I don't think. But I may not have been on weak last time, it may have done 38 damage instead of 33 damage, but that definitely helped. On weak, getting 10 instead of getting 18 was strong. And it also may be time of day, when I did it before, so maybe time of day favored me more. But definitely was the difference between winning and losing. Alright, now we should have the undead jump into the picture. And we should be able to do a lousy 84 damage, I think. No items equipped, but really no need. They certainly do pretty much damage, but 6 attacks in the back line will be enough.
Write it out.
Yeah. Well, I guess I can kill the dull mages with the quake, but again, lack of foresight equals fail. This unit, more than any other unit, like I'm used to units being like situationally good on defense, I'm not nearly as used to units being situationally useless on offense because things are flying. I guess I just don't use quake. Until now. But if I get a little bit better at that, I think it will be worth using. It's just not yet worth using.
Write it out.
Alright, so one more fight here, and then maybe we'll have a fight with the undead. I don't think so. I think we'll just finish them off here. Yep. So we'll make short work of the Nixie melee. Alright, well hopefully that doesn't also make him lose 7 alignment. No, just 1. Well, now I'm wishing I had like left them level 8 octopi or something. Although I guess if he lost 7 alignment, probably wouldn't have mattered if he was level 8, he still would have lost something.
Write it out.
And I forgot to move them up front. So, not quite enough damage. Maybe. And then to look at the angle to see whether that's gonna... No, that would be okay. But still, that was pretty silly. And probably not. Yeah, we should go directly at that unit. I don't think we'll get there in time. I think it's gonna heal. Yeah, it already stopped moving. Oh, it's not yet.
Write it out.
Maybe it just waits a second to decide whether it's worth the money or not. And it's the wrong unit anyway. Right, prevents the Griffin's alignment from being totally ruined. Yay, Canopus. And by now it probably healed. Yeah. Oh well, except that isn't gonna... Well... I can kill the flying units and then pumpkin heads
Fight it
can...
out.
Pumpkin head plus quake might kill the other units. Although actually, I'm gonna kill the non-flying units too, unless I put it on strong. And I'm still gonna kill... maybe not. Alright. A little bit of XP. Because I really want to get the pumpkin heads higher level, so that I can pair them up with mages and count on the pumpkin heads having enough of agility separation to go before the mages. That's pretty much the only benefit of putting them in.
Fight it out.
With the golem, and as we've seen, there are plenty of downsides to putting them in with the golem. Well, 3 damage. If I put it on weak, I might actually get a chance to see if I can... I assume that if you get them down to 1 HP, you can actually kill them with the pumpkin head. I don't know if I've ever done that. 12, 11, level 9. Yeah. But 70-something agility versus, now 60. But still, as far as I can recall, Golem has always gone second. Alright. I think that is everybody. So let's go send everyone home. That might take a little bit. I don't know, maybe it would be a better idea to just capture this city up there, but I don't know. The other water unit is not hurt at all. I don't know if I really need all the water units. But then I'm not sure that I can kill him. Because usually by this time I have a princess. A lich would also be good. But I guess the mermaids do have pretty high ends. And if you look, right, the little shaman has 105 ends. The mermaid has 110 ends. They have equivalent. Yeah, and that's a better item. It's 114. So that's a pretty good octopus. And maybe I guess if the octopus kills some of these guys, we'll get some alignment. Level 10 black dragon. So there are a couple different strategies for that. I can certainly try to get someone on the leader, do a whole bunch of melee damage, and then time it just right. So I kill the dragon, and then the next fight I have everybody with holy weapons pounding the heck out of Gares, but even then I think I need multiple fights. That's gonna take a while to heal up. I don't know that the Griffins are gonna be much use against Gares either. But we can try. It's int-based, I think he would have better defense against strength, but I think his physical defense is pretty high. Move them up. Move them up. And probably some of these guys that have been sitting here for forever. And the demons are definitely not going to do the... I don't think I'll be able to do any damage to him with Nightmare. If I get there in time at night, certainly if I timed it right and got... well, see, I only have 3 white weapons, though. So even if I do it right, I can't use all of the bear tigers and werewolves directly against him. It's a good thought. I'm still healing. And the only other person I have is my opinion leader, who I'm not going to fight with. Still healing, but I'm flying, so it's not like I have to be first there. Right. And then probably what I should have done is just not send this unit in to heal, because, you know, the octopus is probably not going to die. If it has 120 HP, it's got decent defense. Is it this point, I'll be able to do like 3 fights before he even gets there. I'll just leave it there, and I guess if I have to completely retreat from attacking him, then I can use that guy next time. I better... Well, the question is it worth attacking at night when he'll be stronger to try to get the werewolves involved? And these guys will also be pretty useless. Although, I guess I could use this unit to assassinate the front dragon. That might actually be worth it to use if it has less HP. Although it probably would after the golem hit it. So I could put it on weak and just blow the hell out of that golem, and then have them followed by the weird tiger unit. That's actually not a bad idea to start this off. So let's move them up here, and I think that's probably as the weird tiger unit. So move them up, and then get everybody else a little bit closer. Who else is actually going to hurt him? I don't know, maybe Kanaka's going to hurt him a little bit. I don't hold out much hope for units. And there we have an angel, so we have to move them up here. And they're all physical, so they can actually follow the weird tiger unit. This unit pretty much is going to be doing no damage besides the... Well, I mean, the wizard, I guess, will do some damage. So let's try to get, I guess, everybody on top of each other and just get the pumpkin heads going first. So that's kind of funny that... I mean, I don't know if this will work or not, but usually I think pumpkin heads are useless against the boss, and they won't do any damage to the boss itself, but I might actually be able to use it as a way to get to Gares. Start them off first. And let's get everybody else going. So I don't think it really matters who hits him next after that. Although obviously I have to hold back the high sky units. I'm not moving those guys. I guess Volt is also a flyer, so wait on him. Alright, so now send the flyers in, and I probably should have sent the octopus in. I do not really have much faith in the octopus. Him. We may not be quite as successful with you, but we're going to try. No, not the Immortal Knight Gares. Certainly not on the first try, maybe not on the 10th try, maybe not on the 20th try, maybe not on the 100th try. I'm not sure how many times I actually killed him. Last time it was a lot, it was at least 50 times. With all the, different attacks he did on the last stage. Alright, so I don't want to kill him with the golem attack. Okay, so now I'm just going to run away. He's at 21 HP, and so then I should be able to overload everybody right and get some hits on Gares after I kill the dragon in the first hit. My mother must have my revenge. Well, we brought a couple of weird tigers who can get a little, you know, feral, angry revenge going on here, especially when we give them white weapons. So I only have 4 white weapons, so I put them on, or I'm sorry, only 3, so on the 2 weird tigers and on the werewolf. And I really should put on strong since he's going to go first. Okay, so there goes the dragon, and now can actually hit him, we're going to get a bunch of attacks on Gares. Well, I guess I should say if we can hit him and if we can stay alive long enough. But actually, I think that he'll hit, yeah, the back line with lunge. So this should work out for me. Because his last attack should be a physical attack up front, and they have enough HP to take it. And I just need to hit him. Come on, hit him. Alright, there's one hit. And then he can't hit him as he's hitting another dragon. And then luckily, they're not going to hit the same person. Alright, so now I'm going to go to weak to try to do a little bit more damage. Okay, that's a great miss. And I just need a couple of hits. And watch the damage now. Oh, Gares is still weakest. Alright, 39. Alright, 42. Okay, so almost did it with just that fight. So, at worst, I can set that up again and have somebody clear, or whatever you want to call it, before the weird tigers get there. But I do have some guys with ranged attacks, so maybe we can do some ranged damage. Alright, time for the undead. I guess there's a possibility the Raven Man can go first. I don't think so, but nope. Alright, I gave him death armor and he has pretty good natural resistance against black, so he might actually do, yeah, he did some okay damage there. Nightmare, I'm not thinking is going to do any damage, but I could be wrong. Yeah, one, that's about what I thought it would do if it hit him. And that's unfortunate. So then I have to decide, is it worth sticking around to do 12 damage? I would say no. He's going to probably do the lunge on him before I get to attack anyway, so no reason to die unnecessarily.
Write it out.
Alright, I don't know if we're going to do as much damage this time, but we do have the one and only angel. I probably could have sent my hero units flying around trying to recruit another angel or something, but it's also, she's only level 8, so I don't know that she's really going to do all that much damage. And that was not particularly useful. Probably should have realized she would go next. Alright, at least I'm getting some damage on the dragon, because probably my best strategy here is again to get the dragon almost dead. Maybe I'll do 20 damage or something. Or I can miss. So he's gonna kill the shaman, which I can probably live with. Or actually, no, he's gonna go after... Yeah, I can live with that too. So I'll still get another hit on the dragon, and possibility for a banish on him later. And then after that, he'll kill the Dragoner. Oh no. Well, if she missed the dragon, she's probably gonna miss Gary since she's on level 8. Well, she can dodge attacks anyway. Yeah, so much for that guy. I guess there's really no reason for me to stick around for that because I don't have any more attacks. Well, that did not go well. Alright, I'm going all offense. No anti-black, no anti-physical. Let's see if we can do some serious damage. Blah, 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 blah. Really? Did I just do that? Did I just do that? Huh. Well, hopefully I can hit him with Gale. Alright, now I'm feeling very sad. Because I missed a chance to use Canopus against him. Carelessness. Carelessness. Okay. So, would have killed him. But now at least the next fight will kill him, so, you know, at the end of the day, oh well. Oh well.
Fight it out.
Alright, second to last, or third to last unit, not counting the octopus unit that's off screen and won't make it here for another day and a half. Ouch. You're supposed to be strong against black. But I did look at it a little bit here, and the front line is missing. Although, honestly, it could have done 20 damage with Thunder. It's possible. But of course, if I can't hit him, it won't matter that the front line is missing. And those are going to do 1 damage. Really? Alright, so now, he might... No, he did. Did kill him. Oh, come on. Yeah. They have okay agility, but not good enough, I guess. Well, we did 2 damage. 2 damage. Alright. Second to last unit. And I can't damage the boss at all because they're all physical. But what I can do is beat the hell out of this black dragon, so the Kraken, or the octopus, has a chance at him. Ha-how. And then there's also 2 mermaids in there, so they may actually be able to do enough damage. And actually, I take that back. I am going to do enough damage to get through the black dragon. How many of them will still be left alive at that point? Not all of them, unless they keep missing. And I did give the white weapons to the Dragoners, because the Dragoners have excellent agility, which is also, I guess, and there we go, we didn't have to go to the Nixies, so the Dragoners proved their worth. It was a little tense after an awesome opening gambit. Well, get used to it. You're gonna get, like, at least 11 more chances. Maybe up to 50 or 60. And I'm guessing about 35k, because it was 30k last stage for doing it in a day and a half. Maybe just 32, I don't know. Definitely getting a lot more goth this time. Well, maybe it's a shorter stage, I suppose, so maybe the bonus is less. But getting a lot more money than when I was using octopuses in every unit where I was slow and it would take like 5 days to get anywhere. Alright, well, thanks for watching. This is Far Horizon signing off.